How is it going, guys? My name is Onesie Bennett and welcome to my Week 4 Team Builder Team Analysis video for the TBU, not TBU, the TBU. And this week we are going to be playing the Bristol Bidoofs and Erik, Ashton Akai, one of my good friends, a dear friend to me on YouTube, an absolute legend. I love the guy to pieces. He's an absolute hero, just one of the nicest people you'll ever meet online. So if you haven't subscribed to him already, make sure you go down, give him all the love and attention he deserves. He's a great guy who needs a bit more support because he's friggin' awesome and I love him to pieces. So yeah, I've been wanting to beat him since the start of the season, and I've picked a team that I think can do the job. Yeah, Erik. Before we get into anything, basically, Erik is known for being an incredibly creative player. But I look at his team, and I can see it as a team that I can beat. I can beat this team. He doesn't have too much on his team that really threatens me, to be honest. He has a few things like Hitmonlee, Specs Chandelier, and Mega Altaria, but the rest I can break. The rest I honestly feel I can break. So I picked a team which is going to enable me to try and break him as early as possible. But yeah, this is going to be interesting. The team Erik has is Mega Altaria, Zapdos, Milotic, Reuniclus, Fortress, Piloswine, Hitmonlee, Chandelier, and Liepard. And the team I'm bringing this week is Lantern, Sneasel, Staraptor, Mega Latias, Sylveon, and Registeel. So we're bringing the Fairy Dragon Steel core to last throughout the ages. And honestly, yeah, I think this is a team that can do me work. For example, you can already see Squishy's set here. Squishy's set here, Scald, Volt Switch, Ice Beam, Toxic. This thing is just going to do so much work. Simply because slow Volt Switch, which, well, it's not necessarily slow Volt Switch, but it's a slow Volt Switch if he wants to switch into an offensive threat, and it's momentum, and it will allow me to get into my threats a lot easier. So Squishy here with the Calm Nature, 132 EVs in HP, 204 with a Calm Nature in Special Defense, 156 in Special Attack, and 12 in Speed. I believe that 12 in Speed is to make sure that I outspeed, I think I'm speed creeping a Fortress that has sped crept my Sylveon. So I think that's what it is. It's either that or it's speed creeping Piloswine with a bit of investment. Speed creeping a speed creep, basically. It's like speed creepception. The special defense is there so that I believe I can take a hidden power grass from a Life Orb offensive Zapdos. I can take 2 of those and fire off with a super effective Ice Beam or a Volt Switch. And the special attack EVs are so that I get the most possible damage out of Volt Switch on Milotic, Ice Beam and Scald, and Toxic is there in case I want to try and wear down the the Piloswine if I can't do anything else. Zapdos doesn't appreciate being toxic, neither does Reuniclus if it's Regenerator, neither does anything else on his team really, apart from well, obviously I can't do it to Fortress, but Fortress is slower than me anyway. So that's Lantern, and honestly I feel like Lantern's going to be a big player in this game because he hasn't really got much that can really want to deal with Lantern. Lantern is a big threat, and I'm really loving using the thing. The next mon I have is Bowtruckle the Sneasel with Focus Sash, Knockoff, Icicle Crash, Swords Dance, Ice Shard. Max attack, not max speed actually, 140 speed and 108 in special defense. Now, the only reason I have 140 speed there is because he can't really run anything Scarfed that I outspeed with max speed that I wouldn't outspeed with this. So basically, this is the optimum speed to give me a slight tad bit more bulk to take Scalds and stuff from Milotic and possibly the vault switches and stuff like that. It gives me a little bulk on the special side, not much, but it's enough considering I don't have a disgustingly bad special defense, and it allows me to outspeed the entirety of his team that isn't scarfed. So basically Botruckle Sneasel here, his job is basically going to be hit things hard, get a Swords Dance up, possibly sweep because I outspeed things, and I feel like if I can get that Swords Dance up, this is going to hurt a lot. Sneasel puts in a lot of work against everything here. I shard for speedy, quick Mega Altaria that can get to +1. Knockoff deals with everything else bar Fortress, because it's a Fortress and it's really hard, and yeah, basically things and stuff. I feel like this thing can put in a lot of work, so we'll see what happens. The next one we have is a Choice Band Staraptor with Brave Bird, Close Combat, Double Edge and U-Turn. Where I've learned my mistake from last week. I've actually brought Close Combat this time because it is very nice to be able to have something that can hit Pilot Swine effectively, and that's going to be a really interesting thing to see because I have to make sure that I hit that Pilot Swine as hard as possible. But then again, Brave Bird does still 2-hit KO it, but it is nice to be able to have a way of 2-hit KOing it without having to rely on recoil moves, and it also can hit what was it for now? I think it was Lipard, but Lipard dies to anything anyway. I think Close Combat's probably a poor decision in this game, but there isn't anything else I'd really want to run apart from possibly Quick Attack anyway, so that's a thing. But yeah, punch holes, do things and stuff. It's as simple as that with Staraptor. It just hits hard and does it well. Now the next one I have is It's Me, the Latias, with Calm Mind, Wish, Refresh and Dragon Pulse. Now I was very surprised at how bulky this thing is in the first week when I put not max defense, but a bit of defense into it, and this week it's hopefully going to be able to repeat its shenanigans that it had last time. So I've got myself enough speed on here to outspeed Chandelure, because there's nothing else that I really want to outspeed on this team. For example, Lipard's probably just going to paralyze me anyway, and I don't particularly feel like outspeeding it gives me much of an advantage because it gets access to Sucker Punch too. But yeah, I feel like if I can get Mega Altaria out of the way, I win with this set, I think, because Wish and Refresh, between them keep Latias as healthy as possible, and I feel like this is possibly the week I could get the sweep with Latias. I haven't got one yet, and I really hope I do. The next one I have is Physically Defensive Sylveon with Hyper Voice, Wish, Protect, and Heal Bell. Now the reason there's 76 EVs in Special Attack there is so that I can one-shot Mega Altaria with a Hyper Voice and live a +1 return from the thing. So that's the maximum EVs, that's the min-max EVs I could possibly have gotten, and that's fantastic. Wish, Protect, Heal Bell, all good things to pass into offensive mons, all good things to pass wishes into. I have a Latias that can appreciate it, I have a Lantern that appreciates wishes, all of that stuff. And the final mon on this team is going to be Michael Bolton, the Registeel, with Hammer Arm, Stealth Rock, Thunder Wave, and Protect. Hammer Arm is basically here to be able to give me a way of killing Lipard. Now that I look back on it, that seems silly because Lipard has paper thin defenses anyway and can't touch me, and basically it just means that I can't touch anything. It does hit Pilot Swine super effectively, but so does Iron Head. That's a bit silly of me to consider bringing it, but hey ho, Registeel is not meant to be an attacker, so Registeel really doesn't mind. It also does mean that I can hit that Fortress for neutral effective damage, which is also quite nice, and it still deals a considerable chunk to a Hitmonlee because Hitmonlee has paper thin physical defenses. Stealth Rock is going to be important here because it has a Zapdos and a Chandelure and a Mega Altaria that, well, Mega Altaria doesn't, but normal Altaria does. They're going to take 25% damage upon entry with a Stealth Rock, so getting Stealth Rocks up could be very important here. I also have Thunder Wave in case I want to peg that Mega Altaria with one, peg Hitmonlee if it's not him, Limber, peg Chandelure, Milotic, anything. Thunder Wave is good. I like Thunder Wave, and Protect in case high jump kick shenanigans with Hitmonlee. And yeah, basically that's a quick team builder because I am very ill, and basically I will see you guys in the battle, which will be tomorrow. So hopefully we're going to pull off a win against our good friend and rival Erik, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day and a great life. See you later, guys.